How survival influences perception. Well, um, perception is a concept that's dualistic. There's a perceiver and there's the perceived. And to believe there's perception at all is it substantiates a self. Because now we know that if there's something being perceived, then that alludes to a perceiver, and that perceiver appears to be what you would call the self. So right there, perception creates the a self, and that self is would like to survive. In a way, you could say that the end of perception is the end of the self. So survival and perception are very linked on that level. Um, and our perception gets kind of shaped and contextualized and projects meaning onto um, objects that are um, constructed as mental constructions, these objects, because what we see isn't really um, any separations until we project those separations onto the world. And the different objects that we separate and we give meaning to, this meaning is relative to your survival. I mean, you don't see one object exactly the same as someone else's because we all have different survival strategies um, that we deploy and able to preserve our unique self image. So we all have a different image of ourselves. And because those images are different, what it takes to have those images survive is going to be different too. So when we see objects, what we do, not only do we only notice certain objects and not others that other people might notice, but we value certain things higher or lower than other things, usually because of its purpose in that time, you know, and how that purpose aids survival. It could be if you're hungry right now, you're probably gonna notice somebody who's eaten some food or notice something in a magazine or on TV more than you might notice something else like maybe a good deal on a car. Maybe you don't need a car, but you need to eat some food because you're hungry. So you'll notice the food. But maybe you just ate and maybe you got a new job and you need a car to get back and forth. So now you're going to be noticing cars. That's going to be what, because the priority for the survival of your sense of self fluctuates depending on what needs need to be met. And we project this onto things and onto the world, but it doesn't seem like we're projecting it. It seems like that's the way it really is. And what happens is sometimes other people have different perceptions because maybe they aren't hungry and you are, or whatever. This can cause a lot of issues because people can get into arguments and fight over certain values. They might even have the same values. It might just be that those values don't need to be met right now. But because we project these things onto the world and we confuse the world for actually being like that, this causes a lot of disagreements. Um, but it'd be better if the individuals could notice that there's nothing to fight over. It's just, oh no, I'm hungry. Maybe they're getting hangry. So it's really actually, I think, a really cool exercise to do is be mindful of your thoughts or your urges or desires or just the little things you do throughout the day, and try to see if you can notice how that is a survival uh perception or a survival strategy. Even watching a funny movie, can you see how that's survival? Can you see how maybe you need to lighten up a little bit, so it's nice to relax and watch a funny movie? Even getting some ice cream, that could be considered part of survival because, we need a little bit of novelty in our lives. If things get too mundane and boring, people can get depressed, and who knows where that could lead. So, every little thing we do, um, I'm gonna claim that every little thing that we do, um, as long as, we're projecting some meaning and belief onto it, and we're buying into that meaning and belief, then everything that we're doing is survival oriented. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to ask yourself the question, what is not survival oriented? But yeah, I'm gonna wrap that up there. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, then please hit the subscribe button. And if you know anybody who might like this, then please share it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.